Hello guys, I'm here at my balcony with the Mubview camera and a regular camera. So basically I'm recording with a regular camera, a Canon camera, and the Mubview just to compare how it works. Okay, this is a security camera that's different from a regular camera, of course. But the idea is that you're going to record using the Mubview camera every time there's some motion detection here with people or animals or pets in general, right? So you can see the difference already. If you take a look, sometimes there's some jumps in the security camera because the camera is recording every time there's a motion and then stops recording and it starts recording again depending on the motion of people and animals, right? The PIR sensor detects people or animals. So this camera is not used to record cars, for example. Right here I have cars passing by all the time, but if I point the camera there, the camera will not record based on motion because there are no people motion there, just car moving, right? So be aware of that when you're installing your camera. This one is for person and animals, right? So I have here my cell phone with the camera already working, so I'm gonna show you. So let me just sit here and show you the app working. So it's pretty easy to use. Here we have it, the app. So basically it's recording everything here, okay? And you see live image from the camera. Here I have the information about the SD card. I have an SD card installed on this camera so I can record locally. And I can also record into the cloud. If I want to sign in for the cloud, I can record there. So I have image here on the cloud as well. That's not my case right now because I'm still not recording into the cloud, but just on the SD card, right? So it's important to have this option of recording on SD card because if somebody grab your camera, break your camera and your card's there, the recording is gone. So depending on the situation, if you want to have like redundancy or something like that, you can record into the cloud. It's very important, right? So here I have cloud recording if you want to, but right now I'm just recording using the SD card. And then here I can play live. And I can also come here into history and see what's recorded there, right? The first thing that I do usually when I install my camera, I install an SD card into the camera and then I come here into the menu. And you see there's a long menu here with all the details for configuration or whatever you want. Here on the recording management, I can check the capacity of my card. I can also format the card like this. Let me just format my card right now. And then the card will be empty and the camera will start recording to my card every time there is motion detection. Okay, I can also set up motion detection sensitivity here in the camera. Every time there's like a motion that's enough for the PIR sensor to catch, the camera start recording. So here's formatting. You see here the bar moving, the progress bar. Here we go, 100%. It's done. Then I come here back to my camera, I see live, and if I start moving, it will start recording, okay? Let me just get up, do some basic movements here again. Okay, so basically the camera is going to detect now and will start recording automatically, right? And then when the movement stops, when I leave this area, for example, the camera stops recording. That's the idea of the PIR sensor, PIR cameras in general. I'll just come back here and take a look again. Here we go. I'll come here into history and see that I have something recorded already, right? So that's me some seconds ago talking to you about the recording. So it's pretty easy. This is recorded into a SD card. Then I can later, if I want to export this one, for example, I can just play it back and record here locally, right? You can like take snapshots of your video here, or can also take snapshot of live events. Let's say, for example, you have your live camera, you want to take a snapshot, you can take it here on your cell phone. You just click here for a snapshot, or you can also record here. When I click, you see there's a red dot here indicating that the camera is recording right now. When I click again, it stops recording and goes to my folder here on my cell phone, okay? So that's some manual recording. It's an option that you have here as well if you want to do that. If you see something in front of the camera, you just like want to manually record, you can do that. You can enable motion. You can also turn on and turn off the lights here. So there's a light into the camera. Right now, there's not much of a difference because it's still day. I don't have like a dark place right now, but you can turn on the light into the camera. You can also turn off again. Click here, turn it off. There's also a siren there. If I click here, I can play the siren there. Here we go. And here, let me just take a look here in the menu so you can see how many options you have here. For example, for the signal strength, this camera is a Wi-Fi camera, so my router is not that far away from this camera. And then I have the signal here at 100%. I have also the time zone, the electric quality, so you have everything here, every detail. And then you can configure receive alarm notification, alarm management. You can adjust sensitivity on this camera. Okay, back here to the menu. So let me just adjust here, see better. Have a lot of options. Installation guide. If you don't know how to install your camera, here's a lot of details about power supply, about the way you can install your camera, position, the PIR sensor, how it works, the angles and things like that. So pretty useful. You also have the signal of the camera. You need to have a strong signal so the camera can work fine. Power indicator, can turn on and turn off the power indicator on the camera. Adjust time here. Sound settings. You can increase or decrease the volume of the speaker. There's a speaker into this camera, so you can talk here and somebody close to the camera can hear because there's a speaker. There is a loudspeaker, right? You can control the volume here as well. And you can also listen. There's a microphone there, so you can enable or disable the microphone and listen to people when they're talking close to the camera. You can hear here on the cell phone. So pretty easy here as well. Video encryption, okay, so to protect your video, there's some encryption here if you want to encrypt it. AI as well. If you buy the plan, you can have like detection of different objects, so you can separate like the events by people, pet, car, package, and things like that. It's AI analytics in general. Battery management. You can check your battery. For example, right now it's 87%. It doesn't like consume a lot of battery because you're going to record, the camera is going to record only when there's people or animals moving around. Other than that, the camera stays like in a standby mode and doesn't record. So it's very good with the battery then, right? So electric user statistics. So you have here statistics for everything electrical related. So it's very good as well. And here recording management, as I was saying before. Cloud storage service, so you can buy a plan for cloud storage. You have the basic plan or the premium service as well. It's up to you if you want to record into the cloud. Check new versions, so you can check firmware here. In my case, I have the latest version, don't need to upgrade right now. You can restart your device and also delete the device from here. So pretty easy, right? So guys, here you can enable the motion detection, turn on the light, the sirens. Here have a second page that have more options here, full color mode, album, so you can check everything that is ported to the album. Pretty easy to use. It's very easy, very intuitive. Anything that I have recorded here, you can click history and check the recordings here that I was doing before. Okay, pretty easy. Then you can export this. You can record what you see here and export to your cell phone and you can use the way you want, right? So pretty easy to use. It's also a pretty affordable product. Okay, so I'm testing this for some time. Okay, there's still some things that I think that could be better. For example, when the camera detects motion, okay, the camera usually what's good for security camera is to record a little bit before the movement starts and after the movement starts. Okay, and sometimes I see some jumps. Okay, small jumps and in the footage that could be a little bit better, but overall this camera is very good. Okay, I recommend it for homes and small office. I was testing here before in my living room, okay, in my bathroom, just to test my bathroom as well. Testing in the kitchen, testing everywhere just to see how the camera behaves in completely dark. Okay, I have some rooms here that I can close and have the room completely dark. I was testing with animals, I was testing with myself walking around, and it works pretty fine. Okay, every time it detects movement, person, animals, it starts recording and records pretty well. Okay, overall, it's a good product. I like this one and I recommend it.